When you want to make your money work for you, you often have many choices. Should you save, invest, or pay off your debts first? The question is, in what order should you tackle these important financial decisions? Some people say you should focus on maximizing your 401k contributions first, while others say you should pay off your debts before anything else. There are different ways to approach these questions, but we want to avoid making mistakes as humans. In today's video, we will discuss, in my opinion, the best order of steps that can help many people when deciding where to put their money, why in this specific order, and the big question of where to begin. Hello, I'm Ohan, also known as Ohan the Money Doctor. If this is your first time on this channel, thank you for stopping by. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm a doctor of economics and a certified financial planner professional with over 20 years of financial industry experience. This YouTube channel is about simplifying personal finance, saving, investing, building wealth, and self-development. Right from the start, something important. When it comes to personal finance, everyone's situation is different, even this optimal order I'm giving you. But I believe these are some basic rules that most people can follow to put their hard-earned money in the best places. This order supports your financial well-being and does the most for you. I will give you 10 steps in the order I believe are the best for this purpose. The first thing in our list for financial success is having a safety net, also known as emergency fund. Before you put money into stocks, real estate, or anything else, it is important to save for emergencies. How much you save depends on your situation, but it is usually suggested to have enough to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Just like with any other savings goal, start small. You can begin by saving for 1 month of expenses and then work your way up to saving for 2, 3, or 4 months. It's a good idea to keep your emergency fund in a high-yield savings account. This way you can get to your money quickly if needed without any restrictions. Remember, emergencies can happen when you least expect them, so it's important to be prepared. Keeping your emergency fund in a high-yield savings account not only gives you easy access to it, but also helps grow your money over time. Let me explain something that is often asked. Is it smart to save for emergencies when you have high interest debt? The answer has 2 parts. From a financial and numbers perspective, it is usually better to pay off high interest debt first. But emotionally, it is helpful to have peace of mind knowing you won't need to rely on credit cards or loans again when emergencies come up. It is a good idea to save for emergencies and pay off debt at the same time. Once you have saved enough for emergencies, you can focus more on paying off high interest debt, again depending on your situation. Having an emergency fund can relieve a lot of stress from your finances and your life in general. Remember, emergency savings should only be used for real emergencies, not for unexpected expenses such as last-minute trips or birthday invites. For more tips on emergency funds, you can check out the guide I have prepared, which you can download for free from the link in this video's description. The second best place to put your money is in your 401k. You should invest at least enough to get the full match from your employer. If your job offers a match for your 401k contributions, it is important to take advantage of this great benefit because it is like getting free money. For example, if your employer matches up to 5% of your salary, dollar for dollar, and your salary is $100,000 annually, if you contribute $5,000 a year to your 401k, your employer will also add $5,000 to your account. This means you instantly double your money, which is 100% return on your investment. The 401k match is the only investment that offers such a high return with no risk. If you don't contribute enough to get the full match, you are missing out on extra money. However, remember that you can contribute more to your 401k beyond just getting the match, but I'll talk about that later in step number 7. To find out about your specific 401k and your employer's matching rules, you better contact your company's HR department and check the benefits information. It is important to take full advantage of your employer match, and in case you don't plan to stay at your current job for a long time, find out about the vesting schedule for your 401k. The vesting schedule tells you how long you need to stay at the company to keep the employer's matching contributions. Usually it is around 3 to 5 years. Knowing this factor is important when considering job offers to make sure you are comparing the total compensation and benefits accurately. The order of step 2 and step 3 can vary depending on each person's situation. In this video, I will stick to the current order, but I'll talk about this matter right after step 3. Number 3 on our list is to pay off high interest debt as soon as possible. We have all bought something without planning and saving for it in advance. And maybe in reality we didn't even need that product. There are things we buy on impulse, often to impress others we don't know or we don't even like. Many times we use high interest credit cards for such purchases. No judgment here, but we have to deal with the consequences afterward by getting rid of that high interest debt. In my opinion, any debt with an interest rate above 7 to 8% is considered high interest debt. Why 7 or 8%? Because that is the average return of stock market adjusted for inflation. That's why I consider any debt with interest rate higher than these rates to be high interest debt. For many people this includes credit cards and sometimes personal loans, auto loans or even student loans. Credit cards usually have the highest interest rates ranging somewhere from 10% to 30%. High interest debt steals dollars from your monthly income, preventing you from reaching your bigger dreams and future financial stability. If you have credit card debt that you carry from month to month, watching this video might be the sign for you to start paying it off as soon as possible. You can download the guide I created for free, where I explain the best way to get rid of high interest debt. Again, you can find the link for the free guide in this video description. Once you pay off high interest debt, you will be surprised how much extra money you have in your household budget to improve your financial situation and make your dreams come true. As I promised, now let me clarify something about the second and third orders. If your employer doesn't offer any 401k match, which of course is unfortunate, after the first step of saving for an emergency fund, skip step 2 and jump straight to step 3. To pay off high interest debt. If you have other debts like low interest student loans or mortgages, you will find out about them in the last step if you stick till the end of this video. Once you pay off your high interest debt, you move on to the next step, which is my favorite retirement account in our optimal order of investing money. So stay tuned for that. But first, if you like this video, give a thumbs up and comment down below what question you have about where to put your money, and I may address it in one of my next videos. Now let's move to step number 4, which is about my favorite retirement account, the Roth IRA. It is a good idea to maximize your contributions to Roth IRA at this point, especially if you are eligible. Roth IRA is a special account that gives you tax advantages, but you or your spouse need to have earned income, and it should not be too high. I have a video on my channel about Roth and traditional IRAs where I explain the similarities and differences between these two IRA types and how to decide which one to choose depending on your situation. Also, I will put a link to the current year's contribution rules and limits in the description below. The Roth IRA is one of the best retirement accounts available for saving and investing for your future. With a Roth IRA, you have already paid taxes on your contributions, so you won't have to pay taxes again when you withdraw the money, including any growth. However, there are certain rules you need to follow. Since we don't know what the tax rules will be when we retire, it is a good idea to take advantage of Roth IRA while it is still an option. If your income is too high to contribute to Roth IRA directly, there is another option called a backdoor IRA. With this strategy, you contribute money to traditional IRA and then convert those funds into Roth IRA. Number 5 on our list for investing money is a health savings account, also known as HSA. This account is not for everyone because you need to have high deductible health plan to contribute to it. But if you qualify for an HSA, it is a great way to save money for future health expenses. HSAs are well known for their triple tax benefits. Your contributions are tax deductible, your money grows tax deferred, and withdrawals are tax-free as long as they are used for qualified medical expenses. I will also include another link for the current year's HSA contribution limits in the description below this video. Now, before we move on to step or order number 6, let me remind you of something you might have heard if you have ever traveled by airplane. The flight attendant always tells passengers to put their oxygen mask on first before assisting others. Similarly, it is important to be completely debt-free, have a fully funded emergency fund, and make maximum contributions to your tax advantage retirement accounts like IRA or 401k before prioritizing saving for your children. Taking care of your finances first ensures you are in better position to support your children rather than relying on them during your retirement years. These days, lots of adults feel pressure to take care of both their aging parents and their growing children, like I do. I believe many immigrants or people with more conservative family traditions will relate. This dynamic is called the sandwiched generation. The term sandwiched means you are stuck between looking after your parents and your children, providing them with everything from money to helping with everyday tasks and of course emotional support. It can be tough and stressful, but having enough money can make it a bit easier. That's why it is important to take care of your finances first. I wish my parents had been able to save up for retirement, but the country and the environment they grew up in didn't encourage that kind of planning and mindset. Hence, in our next step, number 6, I will suggest you go back to your 401k account. This time it is not about the match, but it is about contributing more or ideally maximizing your 401k contributions. Even if you can't max out your contributions, you should still put in as much money as your budget allows. Just because we have taken full advantage of our employer's match doesn't mean we cannot contribute more to our 401k. Contributing to traditional 401k is one of the best ways to reduce our taxable income and make our money work for us. The money that you are contributing to Roth 401k is taxed upfront, meaning you already pay taxes on it, and you don't pay taxes when you take the money out during your retirement. I will also include another link below this video for current year's 401k contribution limits. Check out the video on my channel about 401k where I go over the most common 401k types and help you choose the best option to save big on taxes now and in retirement. Now, as you maxed out your 401k, let's discuss the next 2 steps, which are about investing for our kids' future. Number 7 in our list is 529 Educational Savings Account. By the way, anyone can add money to 529 plan for a child. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, step-parents, and even friends. If you want to save for college education, the 529 plan is a great option and it offers certain tax benefits. It's similar to Roth IRA, but for education expenses, as you contribute after-tax money to 529 plan. The growth in the account is not taxed federally and is often not taxed by the state either when the funds are used for qualified education expenses. While there is no limit to how much you can contribute to 529 plan, these contributions are considered completed gifts for federal tax purposes. I will also include another link below this video for current year's gift tax exclusions. Although a 529 plan is designed for educational funding, remember to explore other options like scholarships or grants. Ultimately, it is a personal choice, but I suggest not putting all your savings into a 529 plan. At the end of the day, it is hard to know in advance if our kids will attend college and traditionally get their education. It is the age of the internet and AI. But guess what? With major update to Secure Act 2.0 starting in 2024, you will be able to transfer any unused money from 529 plan into a Roth IRA for the beneficiary without facing income tax or penalties on the transfer, provided the contributions to the 529 plan were not made within the last 5 years. This offers a great solution for those unsure about college funding needs for their kids. However, there is another solution for such uncertain situations, which I will cover in our next step, step number 8. Establish a custodial account like a AGMA, Uniform Gift to Minors Act, or ATMA, Uniform Transfers to Minors Act account. These accounts are opened in child's name with an adult family member, such as parent or grandparent, acting as the custodian. However, you can choose anyone to manage the account. The custodian has full control until the child reaches a certain age. At that point, the child gains custody and can use the money as they wish. This last detail is important to keep in mind. If the idea of giving your kid a blank check makes you nervous, you can open a brokerage account in your name and invest in this account until you are ready to give the money to your kid. A brokerage account allows you to buy investments within it. While it lacks the tax benefit of a Roth IRA or 401k, a brokerage account offers more flexibility. There are no contribution limits and you can invest any amount you want and withdraw money without penalties. Keep in mind though that you will pay taxes when transferring funds to your adult child. However, you have full control of the account until you decide if your child is mature enough to handle the funds responsibly. This leads us to order number 9 on our list, which is the brokerage or taxable investment account, now for your own benefit. After you have maxed out all your tax advantage options and you are also saving for your kids, now you can invest money in your regular taxable investment account. Many people go straight to this account before making the most of tax favorable accounts. However, this should be done in the right order. Number 10 is to pay off any remaining debts you have, even if it doesn't seem like the best financial move, especially for low interest debts. Of course, you can invest that money instead. It is a personal choice whether to invest or pay off debt. However, keep in mind that paying off all debts such as car or student loans, except perhaps mortgage, can improve your peace of mind and overall well-being. When it comes to paying off your mortgage, it is another personal choice and depends on your situation. Consider factors like how much equity you have in your house, whether your mortgage has a fixed or adjustable rate, and how long you have left to pay it off. If you secured your mortgage when interest rates were lower, it might not be wise to pay it off early. Investing your money might be a better option. Check your mortgage agreement for a prepayment penalty clause, as you could be charged a fee for early repayment. You can tackle paying off your mortgage early in several ways. One popular approach is making an additional payment each year and applying it to the principal balance of your loan. This significantly shortens your mortgage term. Another option you have for the additional payment amount is to invest responsibly, perhaps in low-cost and well-diversified index fund, let's say for 15 years. If your budget allows you to contribute an extra $500 per month to your mortgage payment, but instead you invest this amount, in around 15 years, this $500 monthly investment has a chance to turn to $190,000. If that amount is left untouched for another 15 years, it could grow to around $800,000. However, being debt-free can bring peace of mind and satisfaction. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you haven't downloaded my free guide to jumpstart your investing and building wealth, it is available completely free, and I will leave the link in the description below. See you in my next video.